Jaron Boots Ennis finally reacts to his win, a knockout win, corner stoppage over David Avanesyan. And he was being, let's say, a bit critical of himself and his work. That's what I want to talk about. Jaron Boots Ennis, he has now self-assessed his own performance versus David Avanesyan. Check out my post-fight video where I talk about the fight in detail and take you through it. Subscribe to the channel. Long story short, Jaron Ennis won via knockout, and David Avanesyan retired on the stool. He was unable to continue after the 5th round. So he ends up getting it done a round before Terrence Crawford. Jaron Ennis has now come out and said, I'm gonna try to stay out the gym for a week or two, I promise. And he posted this tweet. I just watched my fight. It was an okay performance. Definitely was rusty though. All I'm gonna say is I can't wait to get back in the gym to get better, and I definitely can't wait to get back in the ring. I'm gonna be so much better and sharper. I'm gonna try to stay out the gym for at least a week. And he put the crying emoji. Now, I respect this from Jaron Ennis. He doesn't sound self-absorbed. He's showing a lot of humility, and he's giving himself a fair assessment of how he feels he performed versus David Avanesyan. Don't get it twisted. Jaron Ennis brought Philly out. It looked like it was a great crowd. People was dressed up. Everybody that I seen, it looked like everyone was getting along and stuff like that. So beautiful event, and that's good. But I love this for Jaron Ennis because I'm from a generation where accountability is everything. You got to be accountable for how you conduct yourself. You got to take the good with the bad. And the funny thing is this, I've been in the game over 10 years at this point, at the top of my craft, best in the business, and it's not even close. And it's alarming the number of people that believe somehow, some way, they're gonna bully me off of my opinions and stances in the sport of boxing. When your boy Ego made his post-fight assessment, I said much of which Jaron Boots Ennis is saying about his own performance. Yet you had a few detractors, the haters. They said I was being too critical. I was being too harsh. Listen, newsflash, buddy. This is my channel. I'm free to say what the as long as I stay within the YouTube TOS terms of service and community guidelines, I'm free to say what the I want. You, the viewer, can listen to it, agree with me or not agree with me. But guess what? I'm a man, so I don't care what you choose. You're not gonna stop me from believing what I seen with my own 2 eyes. And there were enough comments that were positive, but there are also people like, oh, come on, Ego, you're being critical of Jaron Ennis. Listen, I said what I said, and at times like this is beautiful because the world gets to see that I'm exceptional at my job. The people who said I was being too critical, I was being unfair, and I was hating on Jaron Ennis, you look stupid. Because through several interviews and posts, Jaron Ennis said, he just told you, I watched my fight again and it was an okay performance. He also said in another post, I could be sharper and I was rusty. Post-fight, he said, oh, I felt rusty. I don't know. Something was up. My timing just fell off. I don't know what it was. And you look at it post-fight, he didn't look so thrilled. And that's okay. I tell you guys all the time on my channel. Sometimes you just got to collect the W and move on. Whatever you did right, grow on the things and grow from the things you did right and learn how you can do them again. And then things you think you could shore up or you can make even more efficient, then you work on those things. We live in such a weak times, such a weak society where people, they treat boxing or opinions, they treat it like it's a gang. Like I done so many videos, honestly, and I praised Jaron Ennis. The one video where I said, hey, he did good offensively, but he was getting hit too much for my taste. And people had a problem with it. Oh, you're a Jaron Boots Ennis hater. The internet is full of clowns, bro. And the funny thing is, his own father and trainer said you getting hit with unnecessary shots. And now Jaron Ennis is proving me right yet again, because I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close, by saying that he had an okay performance. And guess what? I love it. Not just because I'm right and I get to dump on y'all, but I like it because I like the humility behind it. And what Jaron Ennis is doing is he's not falling in love. He's not enamored with, you know, his victory. He's also looking like a perfectionist, where he didn't do bad. It's not like he did bad or horrible. And it's so funny, what Jaron Ennis just did is what Shakur Stevenson should be on. Because let's be real, let's be honest. Jaron Ennis's fight was more fun and more pleasing, and he looked harder to deal with and contend with in his division than what Shakur Stevenson showed, right? He looked like a handful. Combinations, sick. Body shot, wicked. Letting his hands go. He even showed his chin looks pretty sturdy. We still got to see that with bigger punchers, but it looked pretty sturdy because he was getting hit flush. Nobody had a problem with his fight. Shakur Stevenson took to his social media and was like, man, see, you guys will never be happy. Y'all said I didn't let my hands go and you were mad at me. Now y'all mad at Boots Ennis for letting his hands go and getting hit too much. See, that's why it's F y'all. What are you talking about? Nobody is mad at, I can't speak for Shakur Stevenson. I've seen the negative comments, Cameron and Mace and all the beefs and stuff. People seem mad with Shakur's performance. No one's mad at Jaron Ennis, but it's not gonna stop people like me from being honest and saying what I said on my post-fight breakdown. I don't care who likes it, who don't like it. I don't do stuff for likes and clicks. You know, that's great if you guys do resonate with the content, but I'm telling you what I seen. And from what I seen, he was getting hit a bit more than I expected against the likes of a David Avocado on a 4-week prep, you know, 4-week training camp. And I can't be way off, because why is Jaron Ennis keep talking about, oh, I could be sharper next time, and I felt rusty and my timing was off and I had an okay performance. So apparently he agrees with Boxing the Ego. There's some things he can tighten up on, and that's okay. Again, we live in a soft society where if you have any constructive criticism, people say you're hating. If you have any constructive criticism, people make it like you're attacking someone. I've been a fan of Jaron Ennis before many of you even knew who he was. But on my channel, I have a duty to the public to express myself fully, completely, and truthfully. And when I said criticisms to Terrence Crawford, y'all said I hate Crawford. Then I say, off of the performance, criticism like, hey, I don't know. It's a 50-50 fight. I'm not positive that Boots can beat Bud. Then the Boots fans got mad at me for suggesting that Crawford could beat him. Bro, I don't care what y'all talking about. It is what it is. So good performance by Jaron Ennis. Maybe the hometown hijinks of trying to please your crowd. He was going too gung-ho. But a lot of people are saying cop-outs. They're saying stuff like, oh, when he gets in with the better names, that's when he's going to really show his true form. I don't believe in that. If Kobe Bryant is playing against the Boston Celtics, which is the Lakers' rival, and it got Paul Pierce and Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen, all the hitters, or if he's playing against the Raptors or the back then Milwaukee Bucks or whatever, Kobe's trying to embarrass you. He's trying to destroy you. That's what all pro athletes should be trying to do. You shouldn't fight down or play to your competition. That's not consistent. So all the people who are saying I was wrong and, oh, Boots is really going to show you, you think he's going to, you think he's going to get hit like that versus Crawford? I don't know, because he didn't fight Crawford. But I don't think you should be getting hit versus someone who's far lesser than Crawford, and Crawford already knocked out, and then me not take that into consideration when I'm assessing a potential future fight with Boots and Bud Crawford. So I'm happy that Jaron Ennis is intelligently and respectfully and he's humble in his breakdown and saying, hey, my performance is okay, I could be better. I have no problem with that. I think that level of humility is what people want from Shakur. For Shakur to be like, okay, I promised the knockout, that was my bad. I underestimated the guy. You know, just a little humility. But Shakur's like, man, tell your favorite fighter to beat me. You guys don't know, you're casual. And he's like barking at everybody. And for real, high key, Boots had a way better performance that left people happy. I don't know if people like the corner stoppage or they wanted Boots. I think the Philly crowd probably wanted Boots to get the certified knockout where he's unconscious, like what Crawford did. But, you know, it is what it is. Played out how it played out. It looked like the end was near, and Avanesyan was busting up. He had just gotten dropped and potentially has a broken jaw. So respects to Jaron Ennis, but I had to make this video to show y'all I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close.